How is the music volume? Is it too loud or is it good?
It could be a little bit quieter, I think.
Okay. Better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Perfect. So my go-to brush is this number 8 round.
8 round.
It's really got a nice tip. So if you have something that comes to a clean point, you're gonna want to use that. You want to keep that.
Okay, I seem to have 3. I actually borrowed these from my mom. I seem to have 3 8s, but they're all like square and flat.
Okay. Do you have
Not a round.
anything that is pointy and roundy? Technical
Pointy
terms.
and roundy. This is kind of pointy and roundy. Sorry.
No need to apologize.
Can you hold up yours again?
Yeah. So these are my go-tos.
'Cause I don't
I have
really
a
know.
number 4 and a number 8.
I got a new number 5.
Ooh.
With my
Fancy.
new set that I bought.
I know, I'm really excited for you to use those.
I liked the more vibrant one, so I was like, Dad, I want it. And he's like, so order it. I'm like, awesome.
They're not too bad either in price. It's just that I have a hard time selling people with them because they're like, well, the student one is so much cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, for a reason,
Well,
but yeah.
I don't even know how much the student one was because it just came with when I bought the set last time. So
Right. I think it was like $40. Oh, I'm just gonna pour my tea real quickly, or my hot water, and then we can get started.
here. No, go help us out. Please.
Theo got me sick again because she's just always sick with daycare. It's great.
Oh,
That is no fun.
One day her immune system will be okay. Okay.
Well, the weather changes here went back and forth like 4 times, so we were all like allergy congested and like sinus infections, and it was terrible.
Ooh, yeah. I don't envy that.
No.
Okay, so are you guys ready to start drawing?
Yeah.
Okay.
we should get a pencil?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, pencil, check.
Okay. So I'm going to zoom in because I'm going to try and draw this lightly. And then this goes down over to the side. Okay. So I'm going to draw it about here. This is where I'm going to start drawing it. You don't need to draw that line. I'm just doing it because I'm covering up half my painting. So about 3/4 of the way, I'm going to draw one line, and then I'm going to draw a slightly thinner line, about 1 inch down, and I'm going to connect them so that it creates like this like tapered square. And I'm going to do that up to the top too.
What you coming for?
I'm making a pretty picture.
I want to watch you.
Well, just don't touch, okay?
And then we're going to put a dome circle over top.
He's having. What are you starting with down?
Then we're going to do a triangle.
Hi.
Hi! And then a teardrop on top of that. Does breaking down the shapes help with for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Yes. That box.
Perfect. And then under that, we're gonna add a triangle. So we have our basic lantern shape, and now I'm going to start on the bow. So the bow is gonna be like an oval.
I want to see mommy. Yeah. What I am.
And then we're gonna do kind of like an elephant ear shape on each side. How are you doing, Marianne? You need me to slow down?
No, this is good.
Okay.
I like the step-by-step.
And then I'm going to just like do a thinner elephant ear in the center, and it'll make it look like there's like 3 different layers to this bow. And then we're gonna do the ribbons. They're just like triangles sticking out. And then we do the pole after that underneath it. So the pole is gonna come up a bit behind. So this part right here is actually the pole. And then it's gonna come down like so. Yeah, and then the next part is to just make this look a little 3D. So I'm going to draw a thin square that is on an angle. Like you see how this is on an angle? Like they're like this kind of thing.
Cool.
And then we connect that there.
Oh, neat.
And then we're gonna draw that angle up top again, and we're gonna connect those 2. And then I'm just going to draw like a quick shape, like a leaf shape for garland. Now let me know when you're done, and we'll draw the 4 trees, just quick outlines, and then we'll start painting, okay? So let me know when you're ready for that.
This is very relaxing to just draw.
Isn't it?
Like I never have a chance to just do this.
Okay. I missed, what are the wing things?
They're the garlands. So I just drew a quick shape.
Got it. Okay.
My favorite color. Because you like chocolate.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you want to say hi. Raise your hand.
Okay, so then from this area right here, this little circle I created, I'm going to draw a quick triangle. Like it's like light shining out. I'm sure I can go there. And these are going to be our trees. So my first tree, and these are going to be more triangle shapes. So the first tree is going to come down like this, roughly. That's my first tree. Oh, focus. second tree is going to come up about an inch, and then right here. So we're kind of doing like a perspective thing right now by following these two lines. Third one is gonna be a little fatter and shorter. And then the fourth one comes out like that. So see how those lines came, like just acted as guides?
To come up here and watch her.
And then I'm just quickly erasing those guidelines because we don't need those anymore. Nah.
There's not gonna be with the light, or?
The light we just do manually, and it comes out the sides. That was more for the tree line.
Ah, cool.
Here you go. So I'm going to make it tall. And over here. Just fixing up my light a little bit. Okay. Cool. And you guys can see some of that reference picture. And now you can see all of the reference picture. Okay, so yay. Thanks for joining me, guys. As I try and figure out the first step to this. We are going to do these, actually we're going to do this first, this guy. So, we are going to create what is known as a Payne's gray, which is just a bluish black color. So we're going to grab that, like a dark blue. Kate, you don't have a Payne's gray, right? Sometimes it comes as a color, but I don't think yours did. Oh, you are muted right now.
Yes, I do have a Payne's gray.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then you can just unwrap that. I didn't realize that it had that. So you could just unwrap that and use that.
I just unwrapped them all, so I'm good.
Perfect. And when you test, like when you put that in your mixing area, is it like a bluish, like a gray, blue, black kind of thing?
Let's see. Hey, I have a question. Is it normal for my little testing area to get stained?
To get stained?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just checking. I was like, did I do something wrong?
Nope, mine's stained too. So we're taking our darkest blue that we have, and then we're gonna mix it with a little bit of brown. I'm using like a terracotta burnt sienna brown. And that flattens out the color a bit and makes it less, less vibrant. And then I am mixing together some black until I get like a nice, deep, dark blue. That's about the color that I am using.
Yes, I believe it's like a bluish gray color.
Perfect. Then put that in your palette. Just don't go right from
Right.
Yeah, because we don't want to go too dark on the first one. This is just mostly so we know where all of everything is we're painting. So now we're going to fill in that teardrop shape. Everything that's like this dark blue up here, we're going to fill that in. How are you guys with the music? Do you like the like poppiness of it, or do you want something more low key?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Hi, Daddy. I want to no. I can't come out here.
Hey,
Come out here. Come out here. Come on.
I do have the headphones in.
I'm creating this little lip. So it just extends a little bit over top, outside of the boundaries that we had.
I can play. I want to play. I can play.
Then go play.
Yeah.
Stop, please.
Put the way down.
Okay, bug.
Yeah, I love that.
This is showing me what I get to look forward to once Theo starts talking.
You mean that it never ends?
Yeah. Right now it's cute when she has conversations with me, but I have a feeling that's going to be temporary.
It's still cute most of the time.
Hi.
Rowan is particularly eloquent, so like he will say all kinds of things that throw people off.
Oh, that's
'Cause,
awesome.
you know, he's 2 and they'll be like, why is this 2-year-old telling me that I'm a strange person? Because he'll say you're strange. That's what he tells Landon, is you're strange. And yeah,
That's amazing. I really hope that Theo like speaks like way above her age.
it's quite fun. Stop, please.
Okay, so I'm actually going to add
Stop.
a couple more things in the blue. So the first one is going to be the light bulb holder. So that's gonna look like that. So the light bulb's gonna fit in there. And then there's going to be another line in the back that's just like that. And then I'm going to just press on it and we're gonna go over that. And then something like that.
Mommy.
What? No, go play with Sissy and Nathan. You want to play what? You can't play with my paint. So did you use the blue gray to go do the line in the back that you like freehanded in there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We're gonna go over it with yellow though, so it's gonna make it look more transparent
Got it.
when we do go over it. Marianne, you're doing good.
Yeah, I was just wondering because the paintbrush kind of splits in the middle, so it makes it a little bit less like less able to do detailed lines. So what do? Do I just like twist the paintbrush hair part?
Is it wet? Is the paintbrush wet?
Yeah, it's wet.
Okay, and it still splits?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, try twisting it. Was there any small paintbrushes that came with your set itself?
This is the smallest.
Okay. If you have makeup brushes too, you can also use makeup brushes.
That's awesome because I have these makeup brushes. I don't wear makeup, but I only had it for my wedding. So I have all these and I don't know what to do with them. So now I get paid with them.
Yeah, you can totally grab them if you want.
Oh, you colored in the top. Oh, that's cool.
I did.
You made the side look darker. That's nice. How do you make it look so shaded?
I just added more layers once it was dry.
Oh, I forgot the post.
Is it helpful being able to see the painting up here, or would it be more helpful if I zoomed in on the painting and you lost this?
Oh, I like this. I think this is a good reference.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I like it too.
Okay, so then we are going to mix, we're going to get a red. We're going to do the red of the bow. So Kate, I would mix together your alizarin crimson, or your, alizarin crimson and your cadmium red. I think those are your two colors. Yeah, those are the ones that you're going to be mixing. I'm going to make my own. So this is I'm grabbing like a pinkish red.
I just noticed these things have names. I'm sorry. This is a new kit. They have names.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah, could you say that again? I'm sorry. You said
alizarin crimson, which is more like a pinkish red, and then a cadmium red, which is like a fire engine red. So I'm using this guy right here, and then this guy, which is more of an orange red. So this one's more of a pink red with an orange red. I'm mix them together.
This is actually a set my sister got me, and I think she took liberty. You're able to switch they're kind of like these like puzzle piece sort of how it's designed. And so I mean I see that the red is at the black spot and the black is at the blue, so I think she switched them around. Don't ask me why. So that's just making it interesting. That's why I couldn't find what you were mentioning. So
maybe it probably fell. Are they like little squares?
Is it like
no,
this?
they're like, it's actually like a puzzle sort of, like these things, they come out and you're able to manipulate them.
Oh, interesting.
Which is an interesting concept, but not if I'm trying to find a specific color you're asking for.
So I'm just coloring in the bow.
Are you starting with the big elephant ear and then, or does it matter?
It does not matter. Whatever you are comfortable with.
Is there one that should have more pronounced, like saturation?
No, not at this point. We're gonna go over them and add more shading once it's all dry.
Mm.
So it should be like Christmas red, right?
Yeah. Mine's more pink than red, but I'll be adding more red into it. But yeah, Christmas red.
I like how that came out. Cool.
Yeah. And then we're going to grab yellow ochre. That's like it's like a mustard yellow color. So this is what yellow ochre is.
So would that be like the cadmium yellow hue?
I would mix together because cadmium red yellow is like a lemon yellow, right? It's like super yellow.
No, there's lemon yellow, and then there's cadmium yellow, which is a little darker.
Okay. So we want like a soft light color. So would you say that that's like a soft light color to you?
Or is it a little softer yellow?
Okay, because you can always add a little bit of what's the word? Not burnt umber. There's burnt umber, and there's another brown that's like a
burnt
terracotta.
sienna.
Yes, there you go. I was drawing a blank. You could always mix it with a little bit of burnt sienna, and that'll help soften up that color even more.
Okay.
Sorry, so you mix the mustard yellow with the...
No, if you have a mustard yellow, just let it be.
It's just kind of a yellow, so maybe I should mix it with brown.
Okay, yeah, mix it with a little bit of
I don't
brown
mean to be
then.
slow. I'm just trying to find, like, I see the violet with the orange, and I'm getting a little mixed up here.
Oh, no worries. Please don't apologize.
That's all right, Marion. I'm still painting my bow here.
How many paint things does your kit have? Is there a set number?
Kate has a half pan, so I think it's either 8 or 12. It might be just 8 though.
Okay.
8, 10, 12, 14. I got 14 colors.
Oh, nice. Mine has like 28, but you don't really need this many colors.
The big one that you have, or one of the professional ones?
The big one I have.
Because I have that one still too that you sent me.
Yes.
But okay, so now I need that cadmium and burnt sienna.
Yes. I'm gonna be right back and grab like a little travel paint set that I have and show you guys what it is. Hey guys.
Hi. We are having a great time trying to...
Look at you roll. Theo's doing this new thing where every time we try and put clothes on her, she starts barrel rolling. It's super fun.
She does what?
She starts like barrel rolling. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a fun face. I always just gave up for a few minutes and let them like run, like do their thing, and then try it again.
Yeah, it never works though, because then she just wants to play. Usually, I just put her like my knee lightly on her chest, like stay still.
Right. Don't move.
Yeah. So I have like a little tiny pocket Winsor Newton guy that I use quite often. And it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 12 colors, and it's wonderful, and I like it. And it only cost me about, I think, like $24, $25.
This one was only 22.
Yes. So maybe this one's even cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we saying goodnight? Hi, cutie. Mwah. Look at my paintbrushes. Good night, you. I love you. Let me give you a big hug.
Hi.
What you eating?
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Good night. I love her so much. Bye, guys. Thanks, Josh.
Come on, Booger.
Okay, so now that we have all the yellows, thank you for being patient as I said bye to my little girl. Okay, so we're going to draw the outside of a light bulb, and we're going to keep that white. And then the rest, we are going to cover with yellow.
Oops. I just did the opposite. Damn.
Top row.
You can just take your paper towel and like dab it up, Mariam. That might
And it'll
help.
absorb it? Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, it's a bit darker than yours. Wow. Oof.
And if it's not coming up, then you can rub it a bit too.
I think I made mine too orange.
No worries. It could be a flame then, a natural flame.
We'll see when it goes on the paper.
The electrician in mine did a really bad job because this light bulb is crooked as hell.
I mean, it's old, right?
Yeah.
It's warped. It's fine.
It's good. No one will know.
I don't turn off my physics thing.
The bottom triangle just stays white?
So this, yes, it does. We're gonna add that with pink. So these are actually like supposed to be see-through, so you can see the background through that.
Hmm.
Let me know when we are ready to start mixing a green.
Good for you. I'm done. Okay, I need that. No. You're not coming out?
So it's like covering the front of my, what am I trying to say? The front of my lantern. Oh, I didn't want to put that there.
Okay, well, we're going to go over it again, so you can just darken the front parts with more blue.
Okay.
Yes. Cool. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually go in. I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm gonna zoom in.
Ooh.
I'm going to wet my brush. Sorry, guys. That quick transition.
That was very vertigo.
Yep. So I'm gonna wet my brush. It's clean, but it's damp. And I'm just going to rub the edges, and it's going to create this like glow look. So you see how it softens, so there's not like a crisp line there now?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just pick it up real quickly with my paper towel. And then I'm going to add more paint into the shadowy area bits. So just the corners.
More paint.
Yeah. Looks just like that.
Yeah, mine doesn't look like that.
Mine does
Was
not
it-
either.
I'm sure it's beautiful either way.
It's just deciding to put too much liquid, and then when I wipe it off, it all goes away, and then I have no color.
Yeah, right.
Okay, okay. So then your paint is too wet at that point, your paper. So let's leave it be. We can return to this area after.
Okay.
I have a question. In the kit, and again, this is a kit that my sister got. There's like a little tube of white paint.
We're going to be using that at the very end.
Oh, cool. Because there is no white paint in the kit.
Yeah, we'll use that at the very end. It'll get all splashy and fun. All right, so now we are going to mix a green. And we're going to be using this green throughout the entire thing. So feel free to mix a lot of it.
Like the bane of my existence is mixing colors.
Well, you have like a sap green, which is a pretty decent green already. You might just need to add a little bit of blue to that.
Okay.
So I'm picking up like this olive green right here. And put them here.
Okay. Okay, don't touch, okay? Thank you. I said don't touch, not touch. Give me your hand.
That was funny.
Yeah, let's not do it again though, okay?
I love you. That was funny.
I love you too.
That's so cute.
Come over here. Climb up on his head. He goes, I love you. That was funny. As he sticks his hand in my paint.
Are you doing arts and crafts with your students?
Me, no, not usually. Although we did get a tree up and we're going to have them all make ornaments, so that should be fun.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And then I'm going to take like an emerald green. I'm going to mix them together. I actually mixed two different paint areas because I'm going to need so much paint. This is just me thinking proactively.
Wow.
And then I'm going to add a little bit of this navy blue to it because I want to give it a little bit of a blue tinge. It's a little too bright, so I'm going to add a little bit of black to darken it up a little bit. All right, and this is my color.
Okay, I got a long way to go here to get that much paint.
I don't think you have too much mixing though to do, right?
I do have to add a little bit of something to it. It's definitely too vibrant of green.
Okay. Marianne, do you need to see the paint color again?
Yes, please. Yeah. I was just gonna ask. Oh, wow. Nice.
So like think of it like we're looking for like a pine tree green.
Okay, I know I've asked before, but like I feel like I've gotten worse. How do I get paint quicker? Like you're so good at getting a whole ton of paint. And I'm doing like the wipey trick on the side and I still just don't seem to have like any paint.
Okay. How wet is your brush? Because I'm working with a very wet brush when I'm going to pick up my paint. Super wet?
Super wet.
Okay, it might be because they're brand new paints and you haven't broken through like that protective layer. So I'd say scrub the shit out of your paint pans.
Okay.
Are you getting any better results?
Yeah, a little bit. I have one close to full with green, and now I'm working on the second one so that I can add blue to both of them and try and get them the same color.
Okay. How do you like the vibrancy of these paints?
I love it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You want to buy burger, buddy, or are you done? Okay.
Dog.
All right, let me know when we're ready to add some color.
My name says me out.
Okay. Get back so you don't fall, please. Oh, fun. So do I want to add the ultramarine or the cerulean to it? Probably the ultramarine, right?
Yes. Yes, cerulean is too light.
Yeah.
I take it.
Was this the French music?
Yeah. This is one of my favorite. They're like dancey, but still a little chill.
Back, please.
Paint.
Get back, please.
Water.
Yes, there's water.
Is it paint?
It is water and paint.
Is it water and paint?
Yes, there's water and paint. So don't touch.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm painting.
Oh, I don't.
Get off of me, please. Okay, I'm close.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till you guys are all ready because this step is a little bit important. That we follow like actual instructions kind of thing.
Don't just go all rogue and do our own thing.
Yes.
I want to paint too.
No, you can't paint right now. We'll paint another time. Get back. Get off. Get on the chair. On the chair, please. Thank you.
Would I paint?
All right. I don't know if I have enough, but I have 2 little palette things almost full.
Okay, cool.
So hopefully it's enough.
Yes. So now we're going to do these wing areas, the reefs. And when we do the reefs, I want you guys to kind of just like make lines, but then leave some spaces white because the white spaces are going to be like the snow that rests on top of it.
Mm.
So like this area is going to stay white for me. That area is gonna stay white. I'll make another one here. I'm going gently around this area. Okay, so that's gonna stay white. And I'm kind of thinking how greenery like sticks out. So I have like these like sticky areas that are sticking out. I'm gonna smooth these out because that's gonna, the area on top of the snow area is gonna be like more rounded, like heapy. So does that make sense to you guys?
Yes. Are you painting like over the little drawing that you made?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
That was kind of just like a quick guide. It's going right into.
Is it not painting, Mommy?
I am painting, Bug.
Mommy, you're making it right. Okay, that's. Why are you making it right?
Yeah.
Hey Kate, is your little guy like just a mommy love bug?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Because like I can't leave the room from Theo. It's fun.
Yeah, he is attached to me when I am home all the time. That's why he was out here with me, because, you know, I'm out here so he can be with me.
Yes. So now I'm gonna move on to the trees, and we're going to do the same thing. We're keep in mind that we want areas where there's white. So I'm gonna leave that.
And you're starting with the one that's closest to you.
I am.
I don't know if this looks like garland or if it looks like a giant leaf, but we're gonna just go with it.
It's fine. It's all good. We're going to be adding like other layers on top of it as well.
So that's good, because to me it looks like a giant leaf.
Paintbrush is really wet, eh?
My paintbrush, yes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of color on it.
We have something called the Art Hive at McGill, where they get donations of different art supplies. Not really sure from who. And that it's open, it's free for all faculty members or staff or students to come and just, you know, create art. And it's like part of a building community kind of thing. Yeah, so I brought my old department there. We did that.
Oh, I love that.
But I think like we're also critical of ourselves. Like everything has to be perfection, and everything like we're very uncomfortable with creativity and kind of letting it go and it's good enough, or like we're very uncomfortable with that concept.
Yeah, I understand that a lot. You, as an artist, like you're your own worst critic, right?
That's why I think, like, you know, as a general rule, even though things like ballet and stuff like that is very restrictive, I find, Sometimes it's comforting to have a pre-made choreography, but something that's like more expressive, I find people tend to feel more uncomfortable with because it's difficult to get comfortable with yourself and trust your instincts.
Oh, for sure. And like the thing is it's scary to try something new. Because like for some reason, when we try something new, we automatically think that you should be experts at it.
Right. What do they say? Like you have to do like 10,000 hours of practice before you get really good at something.
Something like that.
And people were like, "Yeah, screw it. We'll just like cut a couple of corners." And you're like, "No, no, no."
Yeah, please don't. All right, I need to mix more paint.
I find that either you can pick up paint with the paintbrush or you could have it wet. But if you do both, like either it's saturated but drier, or it's wetter but like really opaque.
That might be because of the quality of paints that you're using.
Okay.
So are you guys planning on actually turning these into cards?
No. I want to hang it on my wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
I love that. Yeah.
What do you want, Charles? What are you doing? If you broke the fish, throw them away.
Is Theo asleep already? I hear her now. Okay. Have fun. Love you.
I wish he was so good at painting.
Lots of practice.
How's our trees looking, guys? Nice and snowy covered.
Yes.
They just look like blobs at this point.
Yeah. Yours really has like a round effect. I'm not sure how you did that. You kind of curve them around the lines.
What do you mean?
You have it's a very rounded shape, whereas my lines tend to be.
Maybe because like some of them are more like none of them are straight across. They're all doing this like half circle thing.
Mm.
One. Two. No, pick two. Two. Okay, let's do it. Back. I like this one. I like this one, and this one, and this one. Now pick a pattern. Oh, this one. No, that pink. Oh, what color should I pick? Both of them. Oh, okay. This one.
I don't know if they look like snow-covered trees or if they look like camouflage.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't decide.
Well, mine don't really look like trees at this point either. They look like kind of like green tiger stripes.
Hey, Rowan, that hurt.
Oh, I got me. Oh, God, she just touched that.
Don't you do it?
You still not move it.
Are you ready for the next step, Marianne?
Yep.
Okay. So, Kate already has a blue gray.
Wait. What do you want to do? What color do you want?
Kate, when you do this, you're just going to use a very, very light amount of Payne's Gray.
Okay.
So we're going to mix like a blue gray.
Down.
So we are going to take like this cerulean gray right here, which is like a sky blue, like a baby blue color.
Yeah, how do you make the gray though? Because I don't have anything that's white.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
it'll
a
blow
light-
your mind. Yes.
Light blue.
Yep. Like a light blue. And do you have a dark brown? Like this color kind of thing? Well, right here?
I have a dark brown, yes.
Okay, so mix those two together. And it's gonna
Awesome.
create like this gray blue color.
I guess I always assumed that there was like a set, like minimum colors. Here they seem to have gone a little haywire. Mine turned a little green instead of blue. It's supposed to look like what?
Being left-handed is ruining
Sorry?
my. I
Oh,
said
no.
I've discovered
What-
an issue being left-handed is that I've run into smearing my leftmost tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I worked right or left over.
Right. So I should have worked right over, and I didn't.
Yes, I forgot you were left-handed. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I forgot it
Matt-
was an issue too. So
Marianne, you had a question?
Yeah, it looks nothing like. I mean, the blue with the brown just made it kind of green, a murky green.
It made it green?
Yeah. So I'm adding a little bit of yellow, but that doesn't seem to work.
If
That's
it's
not what you wanted.
green, yeah.
Okay, let me try again. I'm wiping this out and I'm trying again.
Yeah. Why don't you try maybe like a different blue?
Yeah, all the blue options I have are quite dark actually. There's no light ones.
Then you can just use less of the color, kind of thing.
I have a peach. Would that kind of substitute as a white?
No, but you have that white from the pan, like the tube.
Okay. I should just squirt a little bit in or what?
Yeah, try that.
Cool.
We can also use the same color, like a very light version of the color that we did for our lamppost as well, because that's kind of like a gray blue, but it's really dark. So like just add a little bit of that color. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's working.
Okay.
Why
So
did you
then-
add the brown?
So the brown usually like takes out the opacity of the color. So like the how vibrant it is. So like for me, the brown made it more of a gray color. The blue.
Okay, because I have a kind of a muted sky blue.
Okay, that's fine. So now we're gonna take our clean water. So we're gonna clean our brush in clean water, and we're gonna take it.
Okay, I'm just gonna change my water.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe I'll use my drinking water. Have you ever mixed your drinking water with?
All the time.
Okay, I'll be right back.
No worries. So we're going to wet this like bottom part. Wherever this is blue, that's where we're gonna wet.
Do our trees need to be dry first?
Yes, they don't have to be dry. Just make sure you don't run the water directly against them.
Okay.
Yes. So, Marianne, we're going to wherever there's blue down here, we're going to wet the paper with clean water. If your trees are still wet, make sure you leave a thin space between your water, between your water and the tree. Because if you bump them up together, they're gonna run into each other. Does that make sense?
So you're doing the outline of the snowbanks now, just with water, no paint?
Yeah, yes, I'm just doing this area, this gray area. But again, if your trees are
Have a buffer.
still wet, have a buffer. Yeah. Good word for it. Have a buffer. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we can move around the color once it's wet. And then we're going to lightly add a little bit of color.
You're just like filling it in? Oh, that's really pretty.
I'm just kind of like letting it flow wherever it wants to. And I'm making sure that it's not like uniform, the same color. Because that's going to make it, give it more of like the look of snow. And if you want to like keep really dark areas, try just dabbing the color onto it instead of like streaking it across. If you dab the color, it kind of just drops the color there without moving it, if that makes sense. Kate, does your paint set have a really pretty pink in there?
It has a permanent rose.
Okay, perfect. I was a little worried that you weren't going to have like a nice pink to work with.
Well, look, I have my other set out here too, just in case I needed something. But
Okay.
okay, so here's my question right now.
Yes.
I have the gray blue color, the Payne's gray.
Yep.
But should I have added blue to it, or is it fine that it's grayer than blue?
That's fine because I think mine's grayer than blue. Just add it very, very lightly. And if you need to, pick it up with like your paper towel too, if it's too dark.
Okay.
Because we want to give it like that look of like snow. So snow has like hints of blue or hints of gray, but it's never like properly that color.
Okay.
And once you guys are good with that, then we're going to mix the purple for the sky. And that's going to be an alizarin crimson with an ultramarine blue. So an easy mix. So it'll be like a reddish pink with your bright blue. Not like light blue, just like a rich blue.
What was the color you said? Iridian?
Alizarin crimson.
Alizarin crimson.
Yes, it's kind of a hard. It's a hard word to say when you have a slight cold. Alizarin crimson. And then I'm using this like rich blue down here. So it's as close to like an ultramarine blue as I'll get.
Okay.
And I'm mixing them together.
We're making purple. Got it.
Yes.
Wait, I forgot what we're making.
And if you, no worries. If you want the purple more on the cold side, add more of the blue. If you want it on the more magenta side, add more of the alizarin color. I'm very particular about my purple colors because it's my favorite color, and I don't really like a red purple for me personally. If you guys like it, please go ahead with it.
Should you make a lot, like two circles worth?
I am.
Do the circles have like a name? Is there a term for it?
No. I don't think, not that I know of.
So you just mix the colors, or you don't say like you take a thingy? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what word you would use.
Put it in your mixing tray is usually what I say.
Tray maybe?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Crimson. I gotta figure out which ones these are.
Alizarin crimson is like the pink, the reddish pink.
Yep,
with
and then
your dark blue, the ultramarine blue.
Got it. Rowan, stop chasing the cat. Well, she don't like you being chasing her.
No, doggy.
You were chasing her too.
No.
Yes.
That was a really interesting conjugation there. Very like Creole-ish. That's cool.
Leave her alone.
Hey, Rowan, you can't attack me.
This child, I swear.
That's it.
No,
The
man.
dogs are
Theo
chasing.
has a thing with like the cat too. Loves the cat, and the cat does not love Theo.
So Evie doesn't have a problem with Rowan usually, but when he starts to chase her, the dogs start to chase her, and she does not like it when the dogs chase her.
Yep, that makes sense.
What's your cat's name?
So Evie,
Evie.
yes, All Hallows Eve is her full name. Really, that's just the name she came with when we adopted her from the shelter or from a rescue.
Wow.
And otherwise, all of our pets have had Big Bang Theory names.
Really?
Nice.
Like what?
Like we have Leonard and Penny are our dogs, and then Leonard's brother that we used to have, he passed away a little while ago. A couple years ago, his name was Sheldon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I love
So-
that.
we have a habit in our house of naming them after Big Bang Theory.
Okay, so I'm also going to grab a pink and put, because we're going to need that to go at the ready as well, I realized. So just put like your favorite pink into its own little palette. Do you have a pink, Marianne?
I do have a pink.
Okay. And then Kate, you'd be using the permanent rose.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of a dark pink, though. I don't know if I should add more water to it. You're looking for a pale, eh? I mean, if I should add more white to it.
You can add white to it if you want
Yeah, it's
to
quite,
add white to it.
It's quite intense.
I have like a bubble gum pink.
Oh.
So these are my two colors that I'm going to be using. Once you have all those good to go, you can start wetting down your sky. And again, if your trees are still wet, create like a nice buffer space in between.
I'm going to charge you every time you use that word.
Yeah.
Royalties.
No, I'm gonna
Intellectual
go.
property.
I'm gonna go broke.
Just wet down the sky. So you're sticking with the same paintbrush the whole time, right? You're not moving to a larger paintbrush.
I'm actually not. I really like this paintbrush. It's very rare that I actually mix between different paintbrushes. It's just how my art style goes, and I really like this paintbrush. She's
It's
good to
interesting
me.
because, yeah, when you get too close to the trees, like you were saying with the buffer there, it kind of reactivates the color and it makes it, darker there.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, well we're going to
That
add.
sounds self-evident.
We're going to definitely add more layers on top of everything that we put down, except for the gray. I had a stutter
Okay.
there.
So my purple is like super duper dark.
Cool. I like
Does
it.
it need to be super dark or should it be lighter?
Make it super dark.
Okay.
When you put down the color for the first time though, go into the corners, because it's always nicer when the corners are like super, super dark. And then you can play with how much color you actually want.
Okay.
Ooh, this is taking a bit.
Is there
Got a really nice
a
purple.
blank space? No, so you're filling in from the snow onwards. Okay.
Yep.
You're not leaving a blank space in between.
I am not. All right, got that side. I'm not going completely to the edge either, because you can always play with it and like it push it around when the when the paint is actually on the paper.
So did you say you went all the way to where the snow is though on the bottom?
Yep, I did. Okay, now that it's wet, I'm going to start adding my paint, my stuff. Whoa! There we go. Oh yeah, it's already dry on this side, so I'll have to fix that.
What the heck is that? The heck? Random piece of like gray got on my brush.
Oh no!
Not sure where
I
it came
hate when that happens.
from. Trying to get it wet and it's like gray spreading around.
All right, while it's wet, I'm gonna add pink around the base.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I know, I love these colors. And I'm also going to add the pink in the spaces underneath the triangle, like underneath the lantern, to indicate that that's the background.
Wow. How did you get that interesting, like, frosty look with the snow?
Down here?
Yeah.
That's just how my water dried, man.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
This is what I mean by like when you just let go of the control of watercolor, you start getting amazing results. When you stop giving it expectations, it like starts becoming like really, really, really beautiful.
And you're intentionally creating this like kind of whatever the buffer around the lantern, or that's just how it looks?
I did at the beginning, and I'm going to be going in and filling it in. I just got really lazy with like wetting it down. So you can see right now that I'm like filling it in.
Yeah, I had it all really wet, and then I went to put paint on, and it was not wet.
Yep, that happened to me too. That's okay. You can still add the paint and then move it around with a wet, clean paintbrush.
Got it, okay.
How do you get those gradients? Because I find that, I guess it's depending on how you apply it. Because sometimes it looks like very like consistent and even, which is not what I want.
So that is because, is your paper not wet enough?
I guess it dries quick.
What are you?
Yeah. So if you want to create more of a gradient, what you could do is wet your brush, make it nice and clean, and then dab it off on your rag, and then just kind of like feather and pull the color or push it. Let me know if that solves your issue. Is that helping, Marian?
I'm trying.
Okay.
When it's wet, it's like it's unpredictable sometimes in a good way, sometimes not in a good way.
So you
I'm
can
not
also
sure what this is too purple.
That looks
That's
purple.
Is it too purple?
No, I love how purple that is. I'm actually going to make mine darker.
Okay.
And you have that option too, Marianne. If you want areas darker than others, then you can go in and just add more paint while it's wet, which is what I'm doing right now. Oh, I'm glad that dropped. That dropped in like the perfect area.
Yeah, that's cool how that came out. I've never thought of pink as kind of highlighting that.
Isn't it pretty?
Wow. I like it just like this. I would say like leave it like this. It's beautiful. Gosh.
Oh, then like just leave it if you love it.
No, how yours is. Not how mine is.
Oh.
Not because it's very dreamy. It's really the depth is really nice and there.
Thank you. I need to. Now I'm gonna go in and close these gaps. Some of them. I want more back here. And while my paint is still, or my paper is still damp, I'm going to take that yellow that we mixed. Do we still have some of that yellow in the that we mixed here? Okay. And then I'm just going to put some on either side. And then with a clean, damp brush, I'm going to pull it and like feather it.
Did you like intentionally not put the dark color under your garland, like above the snow?
What do you mean?
So like under your garland, there's not purple, like between your gray snow and your pink?
Yes. So I stuck up here with the purple, and then down here was more pink.
Got it.
There, and that creates like this nice, really warm feeling from this lamppost.
Your yellow was just a yellow and an orange?
It's the same yellow that I used for
yeah,
the
I
lamp.
know, but I kind of had to use that mixing spot.
Yes. So it's just like a very warm yellow, like a mustard yellow.
You mix it with the red to get that really orangey?
It's not very orangey, but you can mix it with a little bit of like a brown, like a very small amount of brown. How are our paintings looking, guys? You liking it?
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to, how are our tree lines? Are they mostly dry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that gray that we mixed, I'm going to take that and I'm going to add a thin layer to the top of all my white areas. And it's okay if some of the color bleeds because this is supposed to act as like a shadow. So I'm just really quickly going in. And making sure that don't touch the sky. So we don't want that to bleed.
This is just with what? No, this is with paint, eh?
Yep, just very lightly. Just some of that dark blue or that gray that we put in the foreground.
Bloody.
So we're just creating some like shadow in the snow that's clumped up.
Go get naked, get in the shower.
See how that creates some like depth in the snow? I'm going to do it very lightly around my wreath as well. Well, I guess this is garland, so around my garland. Does that step make sense, Kate?
What now? Sorry, talking to kids.
Oh, no worries. So that adds some depth to your trees, to your snow?
Yes, looks
Okay,
so much better.
good.
Yeah, it does. Like on this, on the. But what did you do to the snow? What color did you use? I think I might have to mix something new.
Just my gray that we use down here.
Oh, I see.
What?
How are we doing for that green for the trees? Does everyone have some left?
That's what I used to do the shadow. I didn't realize it was supposed to be the gray. Oh well.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to mix it with a little more black to make it a little bit more darker than what we had originally. So we're going to keep on going a little darker between each tree, and that's going to create some good depth. So now that I have my darker green, I'm going to go in and create this shadow against the tree ahead in front of it. So I'm basically going in and just kind of carving out to one side. This color. And then with a clean brush, I'm going to pull the color so that we don't have such like a stark line. And that's going to create like this illusion that the tree in front of it is casting a shadow on it. So I'm going to do that to each one of my trees. So again, I put down the color, and then with a clean brush, I'm going to pull that color to create more of a gradient effect.
Is the clean brush dry or wet?
It's wet. I'm sorry. It's damp.
Okay.
It's not like soaked, but it's damp.
Got it. Marion, so on your vacation, did you guys not have any kind of technology access? Was it just like no cell phones work there or anything?
Oh, cell phones, because it was important that I be in touch with my family. They worked, and we kind of splurged and had a movie night with popcorn.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we were still connected, but
Okay.
but disconnected otherwise. Like I closed my notifications, and that was really nice. Very much needed.
Right. Well, I asked because I would love to do something like that, but obviously with kids, I need somebody to be able to get a hold of me if need be. So, you know, I was like, you know, that's a sweet idea.
So then I'm going to do that behind the bow as well. So I'm just going to create.
With the green again, right?
Correct.
Okay.
There we go. So we're getting some depth with our trees, right?
I'm just getting started to add the black to my green here. A little bit behind.
No worries.
Always behind.
I'm just going to move a little quicker because we only have about a half hour left. Whoops. Okay, so that same green, and Kate, you can do this simultaneously while you're doing your like shading.
Okay.
Where the snow is sitting on top of the trees, it's going to create a shadow. So I'm gonna go under all of where the snow is and just add like a green line underneath it. And that's going to create like a shadow look. And then if it's too dark, like mine is, then I'm going to take my clean, damp brush and I'm going to pull it. And that's going to create more of a gradient effect. That makes sense to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Well,
Kate, you can actually do that at the same time too, that you're doing like these shadows and stuff too.
Okay.
If you want. Take your time. It's your painting, so you do what you're comfortable with. You do you, as they say.
Right?
So what's the verdict? Do you prefer doing this in your room or out on the kitchen table?
Definitely in the bedroom. It's a little peaceful. More peaceful, I guess. Not that my kiddos are bad. They're never too bad.
Yeah, I know, but this is you time, right?
Right.
It's hard to do that when there's kiddos running around.
Yes.
Get up.
How's that going, Marianne?
I don't know. I'm okay with my trees. Not in love with them.
Is the shading helping at all?
For the first one, it's helping. The other ones look very flat as opposed to curvaceous.
Do you think you need to add more shadow?
Maybe. The shadow effect didn't seem to work for me.
Are you doing it just underneath the white?
That looks so good. How are you doing it?
So I'm just going underneath the white.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. Give me a little bit more water. Okay. So I'm just going right underneath the white, like so. And then I'm pulling it with a damp, clean brush. And I'm pulling it down so that it creates more of this gradient effect. And then if I want to make it a little bit darker, I'll go back in. So we're creating shadows of where snow would be sitting. And it gives it more of a 3D look. And I keep on going in and like cleaning up my brush too. So I will actually do a little bit of narrating what I'm doing. So you get like the idea of how often I clean my brush. So right now I'm going in with my dark color, and then I just wet my brush off, then dabbed it off on my paper towel, and now I am pulling it. I did it again. I just cleaned my brush and dabbed it off, and I'm going in for a second time to really make that gradient crisp. And I'm going to change the music because that just set me off. That just like derailed me. Let's try some focus rhythms. Okay, so I'm picking up my color with my one paintbrush, putting down a nice line, nice dark line, of shadow, cleaning my little brush, dabbing it off, and then I am using these circular patterns to pull it. So I'm doing little tiny circles. I'm cleaning my brush again, that same brush, dabbing it off, and going in a second time to clean it off. Does me narrating help?
It does help. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to create a new shadow underneath this guy. So adding on the paint, cleaning my small clean brush, dabbing it off on my paper towel or my washcloth, and then pulling it down using little tiny circles, cleaning my paintbrush, dabbing it off, and going in a second time to the same area. And then I'm adding in a little more color because I pulled a little too much. And I'm also right now darkening up where the shadow from the tree ahead of it, in front of it. So I'm going to do that again. Except now that I'm moving back towards the back trees, I'm doing a few of the areas at the same time because those areas are so small. I don't have to worry about them drying. Kate, how are we doing?
Currently not loving it, but you know, that's normal.
How do you love it compared to your other paintings that you've completed?
I don't know, I didn't like those till I was done either.
Snow is hard to do.
Snow is hard to do.
I feel like there's, like, I messed up my shadows or something. Like, there's something not working.
Okay.
So, this is where I'm at. Well, maybe this is where I'm at. Can you see it?
I cannot. No, you have to move your
Okay, hold on.
a little bit more.
Going for a ride here. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Okay, so there's my trees.
Oh, I like your trees. I think you just need to add dark lines underneath them all. Like maybe add more darkness. So make your color darker.
More darkness. Okay.
Do you think that would help? If you
Like
made
which part?
So I'm specifically adding very dark areas like underneath all the white. So whenever there's a white space, then I'll put a dark space.
Okay, which is what I was trying to do, but my dark was like not dark enough, and then I added more dark and it wasn't green enough, and it's just not been a good balance. Should I like add green to my gray or?
So right now we're using a darker, so the gray was for the snow for the
Right.
trees themselves, we're using that green, but we just added more black to it so that it's a darker version of the green that we're currently that we used before.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm done my trees, I think. I'm also going to add some of this dark green underneath all the areas that are white on,
Ooh, nice.
what do you call these things? My garland as well. Just to add it, give it some depth. Especially on the bottom.
Oh, what happened to the songs?
I have this like rhythmic thing going on, but I don't think it's good enough. So this is always a good one.
Sorry, it's like, listen, Mr. DJ, could you?
We're good. So I think the trees are done, basically. How are you guys doing?
Doing okay.
Okay. Still working on your trees?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to let them dry.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, mine are super wet.
Okay. So we can, what we can do instead is we can darken up. Whoops, sorry guys. We can darken up and add more detail into this post. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah, could you give some insight into the snow? Because my snow doesn't look very fluffy. And like kind of my back trees kind of just disappear in the distance and kind of a mist. I haven't been able to make a nice snowy thing.
Okay. So the mist part, probably, like, do you like the way that it looks?
No, I think I'd like some more definition.
Okay. So you're having a hard time with making the snow fluffy.
Yeah.
On the trees or on the ground?
On the ground, at the foot of the trees.
on the foot of the trees. Okay. So you could start adding like maybe some, if you want it fluffy, I don't
Like do it in circles, I suppose. I think you mentioned that
yeah.
before.
So you can like take your, you can kind of start adding like these like hills kind of thing, and then just kind of more fading it like so. And that might help, but make sure you go light, because if you go dark, then it's not going to look too much like snow. So I'm also taking that color for the lamp again, and I'm gonna go over the right half of everything. And this is gonna make it look, give it a shadow. Marianne, how's your snow doing?
It's looking a little bit better.
Okay, good. I'm also going to take that same post color and I'm going to add some shadows underneath the bow. And I'm making sure to like dab up the color once I add it on, because it is a very dark color. So I'm like adding color and then dabbing it up. Adding color, dabbing it up. That just gave it more of a 3D look to it. You can also darken some of the back bow color. So I'm going to darken these two. So my last step then is going to be just the snow. So let me know when you guys are ready for the splattering snow, or if you have any additional questions. I'll be right back. I actually have to go grab my white. I also have a tube and it's in my daughter's room, so I have to get sneaky. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, you are muted, Kate.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Rowan, telling him to go to
Okay.
bed. I'm doing okay. I feel like there's like a big white spot between my garland and my snow on the right side of my post.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's okay. It's probably okay. Rowan Stone.
You can always take your a clean, damp brush and just kind of like start wetting it down, and then it'll bleed into that area.
Okay, I will try that.
How are you doing, Marianne?
Somewhat wild about the snow, but the other stuff is coming out good.
Okay, cool.
Because I feel like it's like yours blends, whereas my yellow and my pink look more intentional.
Okay, that might also be because of the paper. If you have like student grade paper, it's not as thick, so it won't blend in as easily. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we are going to be adding a lot of white splatter, which will also cover up quite a bit.
So should I move to a place that I'm trying to think of how to say this, not in front of the computer?
Watercolor does wash off, but you can grab like a newspaper and like throw it over top. I am just going to take my paper towel and cover up my laptop because my laptop has often had lots of spray on it. And I would like to keep it cleaner. I'll take these. How are you, Kate? You think you're ready for splatter?
I'm trying to get there.
Okay. Oh, that's the very last step, is just the splattering area.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay. Cool. So, Kate, you have that white.
Yeah.
Really wet that down.
Okay.
Marianne, you have the tube like I do.
Yep.
One of these.
Yep.
Just take that and put a generous glob of it in your tray.
Okay.
This is gonna create a mess, but luckily watercolors they go out or they wash out. So I'm taking a flat brush, flat brush. Yep. And I'm really, really wetting it down, making it nice and wet. So wetting it down, and then I'm wetting it down, and then I'm like just not hitting it, but just letting the drips fall right off of it. And then I am picking up a very generous amount. You can see how my brush looks. It's nice and white. And I'm gonna put my hand out. I'm just gonna hit the brush against my hand. Yeah. And this is gonna go everywhere, so. My phone is usually covered at the end of this. My face is usually covered. But you get really good results when you do it this way.
Probably should have moved my paint tray or shut it.
Yeah, sorry. It gets real messy. And then I just keep on picking up more paint and putting it down. Oh my God, it's just right in my face.
It goes far, man.
It's volatile. How's it going? How are you liking this blotchiness of it?
I feel like my white spots are not big enough.
Okay, then you can wet down your brush. I'm gonna switch to my round brush, my big round brush, and really wet it down. And that got me some pretty big ones. So the wetter your paintbrush is,
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
the
I like more control, I think.
the wetter your paintbrush is, the bigger your globs are gonna be.
I think I like it.
Yay!
I'm getting there. I just wish you could see them more. Like mine are really small, except that on my table they're really big.
Get your paintbrush really, really wet.
Okay, I did.
All right, I'm done. Everything's a mess.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I think I like it.
Cool. Awesome. All right, so then when you strip off your tape, please pull away from your painting.
Do we blow dry it or?
You know, it's not. Is it soaked?
Some are quite bubbly, soaked. Yeah. No, so I
Okay.
guess it's gonna just dry on contact. I'll let it cook under the lamp.
Yeah, it'll just dry. Can we all hold
It's
them
pretty.
up and
Yeah. Can I
get
get a
pictures?
screenshot of you guys?
Yeah, ditto. Ugh. I'm gonna have to add more paint to mine. Hold on. I just screwed something up. There we go.
I like how dark your sky is. My sky ended up really purple, which is fine and all. I just wish it was darker. I like it.
Okay, so I just need to figure out how to. Let's go gallery. I'm gonna remove pen. Okay. Cool. I'm going to exit out of this guy.
so pretty.
How do they look? Oh, love it.
Oh, hold on. I can't see it. Hold on a second. My screen's doing something. Why won't it go away? I don't think it works.
It makes nice crisp lines. I know.
There we
think
go.
I put that
Okay.
in a book. Yay!
Oh, it's not working. I tried to make it so you could see my picture better because I have so many things going on in my background, but that's okay.
Mommy,
Hey, cheesy.
see, I'm
I love them, guys.
I'm a look.
Are we happy with them?
That's
Oh,
really
they
cool.
look really good.
I love the warmth of the, of the
light.
light emanating from it.
I know, so many like holiday, so many like winter scenes are so cold because there's no light.
Yeah.
I wanted something like cheery.
Cool.
I
That
love
was
the
really
like
fun.
warm glow.
And you know
of the
what? I think one of my favorite parts was you're wiping down your walls.
Yeah, I'm realizing that my walls have a shit ton of paint on them.
One of my favorite parts was the drawing. Would you ever do like a sketching class or something?
Sure. Sketching is not my strong suit, but I definitely could like explain how to shade and stuff.
The geometric stuff was, I thought that was really, I know it sounds weird, but that was really relaxing.
Like breaking it down?
So,
yeah, breaking it down.
It was so easy to like, it made sense and then turned into this cool thing.
It did, and it made it cool. I made it, I don't know if you saw, because I wanted to have like the gradients in the bottom of the, so I kind of made lines, so I didn't paint it in fully.
Yeah,
because I wanted to have that
awesome.
effect instead of it being like more like solid.
Yeah, I love that.
That was really so relaxing. I feel very zen right now.
Good, I'm glad. Yay, thanks guys.
Thanks so much for organizing this.
Always, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have one next month because I'm visiting my family. I think I have like paint on my nose. Because I'm visiting my family for 2 weeks, so I don't know if I'm going to have one next month, but I'll definitely have one in January.
Okay.
For
Are you doing like thematic, like for the, well, I don't know, the gaggerific Valentine's Day and all that?
Gaggerific. I love it.
Probably. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. But
what would January be? Like a theme?
Probably like new intentions.
Oh, I love that.
I love that.
January might be more of like a self-guided thing where I might do more of like an abstract thing where you create stuff for yourself.
Wow, that's great. That holds people somewhat accountable to their resolutions. All right,
yeah,
I gotta
like what you want
this all down.
And like helping to get them down on paper or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, hello, child.
And it might just be like a combination of like shapes and colors, just in like intricate ways kind of thing. Just like a layered thing. So
I liked it. I really liked it at the beginning of it. That was very relaxing just to draw, and how you kind of demarcated the page, and you're like, okay, 2/3 down, and whatever. So it was just, that was nice, and it allowed some room for individuality, but also it gave us some guidelines. I like that.
yeah, it makes
Very
things
cool.
easier when you break things down into shapes.
Cool.
Lollipop.
Awesome. Thanks,
So
guys.
good to see you guys. Thank you so much. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
I had a blast too.
Good.
Bye, Kate. Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you around.